Teen Vanity. Auschwitz, June 3rd, 1944. Today, the fourth day in Auschwitz, I saw myself for the first time. As we were approaching the last barrack on our way to the latrine, our guard stopped to chat with another guard. While we stood patiently waiting, I glanced at the window nearby and saw my reflection in the glass pane. I did not recognize myself. I was a shocking sight. The latrine is a long, wide ditch where we are taken under guard in groups of 50. Luckily, the German guards cannot bear the stench and stand at a distance while we use the ditch. This makes the latrine an ideal place for meeting friends and relatives. Here, we resolve to meet Suri, Hindi, and Aunt Celia at noon. We have no watches and cannot tell time. Noon we can tell by the sun. At first, I panicked at the latrine. The ditch is very wide and very deep, and I had nightmares of falling into it. Mommy was holding me by the hands while I crouched above the smelly abyss, and I held her while she did. But after the first few times, I learned to balance at the precarious edge, and now the fear is gone. Amazing how fast one learns. Everything. Even swallowing the dark daily mush became easy. Lying on the hard floor is also easier now, and the zalapal is quite bearable. We are aroused at dawn, and it is totally dark when we line up for zalapal. Gradually, it grows lighter. The stars fade, and a cold gust buffets my bare body under the thin dress. I crouch, hugging my knees in order to keep warmer and control my fierce trembling. Mommy promises to poke me when someone approaches so that I can quickly stand upright. All at once, I notice that blood is flowing on the legs of the girl before me. A thick red stream of blood on the inner side of each leg. Oh my God, she must have been shot. I panic. What should I do? Then in a flash, I realize she's menstruating. We have no underwear, no sanitary napkins. The blood simply flows down her legs. Poor girl. My God, this is horrible. Why doesn't she say something? Ask for a rag or something. Whom can she say anything to? From whom can she ask for anything? She might even get shot for bleeding. Does menstruation constitute sabotage? How lucky for me that my last menstruation was just over when we arrived. I'd rather die than have blood flow down my legs in full view. Oh my God, I could not bear it. But what about next time, in less than 3 weeks? There'll not be a next time. By then, the war will be over, and we'll be free. This cannot last much longer. It's impossible to survive this much longer. Getting used to thirst is the hardest. I'm always thirsty. For Mommy, hunger is hardest. She complains of being hungry all the time. But for me, thirst is much worse. The only fluid we get is 4 gulps of a black liquid called coffee in the morning zalapal. I think I'm going mad with craving for water all day long. We are forbidden to leave the area of our barrack, and so the lake is out of bounds. No drinking all day and all night. The sun is scorching, and we loiter aimlessly about the barrack all day. We are forbidden to enter the barrack during the day or sit in its shade. But sometimes we take a chance and sit, even lie, on the ground behind the barrack. When a German approaches, we give a slight kick to girls who have fallen asleep, and in a flash they are on their feet. Mommy keeps falling asleep, and I keep guard. When it's her turn to keep guard, she also falls asleep. It is better that I lean against the wall of the barrack and sleep that way. I can keep alert when I sleep standing up. From the scorching sun, our faces blister and crack. Brownish discharge oozes from the cracks and forms large crusts around the edges. Our faces look ridiculous and repulsive. I definitely look more ridiculous than most girls. My extremely fair complexion responded to the fierce sun by sprouting large blisters ringed with red on my nose, my cheekbones, and the back of my neck. My ears look enormous because of towering blisters on my earlobes. I look like a clown. A mass of pus soars around my cracked lips to make me look as if I'm wearing a perpetual grin stretching to my ears. My hair has started to grow on a scalp flaming red from the onslaught of the sun. The sharp yellow bristles against a scarlet backdrop make my head look like a blushing porcupine. During the night of the riot, someone had torn my left sleeve at the shoulder. Now the sleeve hangs folded to my elbow. On the exposed shoulder, another blister has popped up. I walk barefoot since I cannot wear the shoes I received in the showers. They are too small. Huge, silly blisters also cover my feet. A large blister blew up on the side of my right leg. Someone had kicked me in the cattle car, and the bruise, after festering for a while, also turned into a huge dome-like blister. So my ludicrous looks are compounded by a strange limp. With blisters also on my soles, I have not managed to devise a graceful manner to navigate. How can Mommy and my cousins claim that I look like my brother Bubby? He is handsome,